We're just here with our daughter Kayla and our amazing daughter Christa. We love her so much. She just came into the family and blended like she had never been out.
Oh, never been out.
Too many shots.
Come here, Kay. What? Yeah. Oh my gosh.
These two are a perfect match made in heaven.
And glory to God.
All right.
Oh my
Oh, Krista.
Okay, so mine's gonna be really good because I've never liked anyone Kayla has really ever been with. I've always had a problem.
Okay, this is gonna be good.
He's right. So I've never really liked anyone she's been with, and when she told me that she was with Krista and they met on the internet and all this stuff, I'm like, here we go again. Where's she moving now? New Mexico? Like, okay. Well, I was so thankful that she lived in California, and at that point I really didn't care what she was like because I'm like, at least I'm going to get my sister in the same state as me. So let's just really hope that this goes well. So she starts dating her, and Krista comes to my son's, or actually, yeah, it was my son's 4th birthday. And my younger son just absolutely fell in love with her, and I was like, oh, okay, like, this is cool. She lives in California in the back of my head the whole time. So whatever. Kayla still lived in Arizona. So after she had come around, I mean, it was probably only like 3 times before I knew that Kayla needed to like be on her best behavior and keep this one around. I really don't have any other words for their relationship other than perfection. It makes me want to throw my fiance off a cliff because, I mean, I see them and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're just the cutest, sweetest thing, even when people aren't around. Like, I mean, I can play really sweet and nice, but when the door closes, it's like, not that sweet nice. But they are just, I couldn't be happier for my sister, and I couldn't be happier for our family to have someone that literally just cherishes her from her head to her toes. And we love you so much, and I'm so grateful for her. And I'm so grateful for her family and friends. I was telling Kayla, I'm just going on and on. Okay.
Glory!
Okay, guys, it's my turn. I'm the other sister. So basically, all I want to say is that I could not be more blessed to have a better sister-in-law than I do now. And I've seen Kayla in multiple relationships. And okay, I should say multiple Facebook relationships. And I never thought any of them would work. Even Krista, I'm sorry, I love you. But I was like another Facebook girl. Okay. But I met her, the first day I met her, she was meeting my daughter. She was only 1 day old. She's now 1 year old as of yesterday. And I knew that she was the one holding Kinley. I knew that they were the ones that were going to be having babies, and they're perfect. I love them. I wouldn't be happier for anybody else.
Glory!
So I made my mom go last. Well, after me, because I'm not going to follow that act. So I remember I had come home for Christmas, and that was when Chris had first met Kayla, and she was on her phone even more than usual. And for those of you who know how much she's on her phone, that's really saying something.
Wow.
And so when we finally got some time to hang out by ourselves, she had told me, Joe, I met this girl. She's awesome. I met her on OkCupid, but don't worry about that because we're awesome. And she told me, don't tell Mom, because I told her I wasn't going to date anyone for a while. But I really like this girl. And I kept my promise, but then she had some explaining to do when a month later she was driving to Arizona to meet her. But yeah, so I actually didn't get a chance to meet Kayla until after she'd even proposed. So that was crazy. And the first time we hung out was I'm pretty sure it was when we went to Vegas together, so we got pretty close pretty fast. Kayla, that you're joining our family, and you're so sweet and awesome and pretty, and so good to Christa, and she can be a handful sometimes. Because when we were children, Christa sort of, tortured me as her younger sister. For one example, when I was a baby, I've heard stories where she would take my bottle from me, specifically to see me cry. She'd give it back, but then quickly take it away again. But Christa obviously matured into a nice young lady. But now, Kayla, as you're joining our family, I give Christa to you, and she can now torture you forever.
Krista's my best friend, and we met when she was 19. I was a good deal older than that. I'm not going to tell you how old. But just to watch her grow and to see all the people she's been with, and now... And no, there's a good thing leading up to that.
Needed that.
I got to watch that, though, and I got to see and meet you and see how naturally and wonderfully you guys just fit together. And there's nothing else. There's no words for that, She's my best friend, and I want nothing more for her than somebody just like you. And so my only advice to the two of you is love and adore each other like you do right now. Protect each other's individuality, and you will be you two against the world forever. And that's the way it should be. And I love you so much. Congratulations.
All right. All right, so I'm Krista's mom, for those of you who don't know me. And Christa was a very challenging child. For those of you who do know her from back then, Aunt Lenny, Dustin, Brianne, the sisters, she absolutely was a challenge for all of us. Very strong-willed, very stubborn. She had to have the last word in every single conversation. Even as I was putting her in timeout, she was yelling all the way down the hallway. And she'd go behind her door, I'd say, "Don't do it," and she'd shut her door. All the time, no matter what. And her and I clashed a lot when she was younger, because she was very independent. At 10 years old, I remember, 10 or 11, she didn't understand why her mother would get worried that a 10-year-old girl at 10 p.m. at night would skateboard from Lancaster to Palmdale by herself, and I'm at work. And she said, "Mom, I'm fine, what's the problem?" And she was fine, but she was so independent. It was scary. Then when she was about 15, she went on to do the Sheriff's Explorers. Very proud moment. She put herself through that boot camp style sheriff's program, and was one of the few girls to graduate from that. And very proud. And then, let's see, when she was around 18 or so, she was done with high school, thank God. That was a challenge. And her and I did math together. That was fun. And, yes, she's yelling, I'm doing. And anyway, she was working retail. She was working at the mall trying to figure out life. And I remember I came home one day from work, and she was a very, if you can imagine, this very petite, girly girl with long blonde hair, big boobs, that's her. And actually I looked at her, and I didn't know who it was, because she had pretty much shaved her head that night. My fault. Shaved her head! Oh my Lord! But actually, her and I, she started crying because I said a few, bad words to her. And we went to the garage, but that night she said something very profound to me. She said, "Mom, I'm tired of people wanting to talk to me because of how I look. I want people to want to talk to me because of how I feel." And, very proud of her. And then she went on to the military, and she did very well in the military. One time she called me from A school, which is like boot camp, and she said, "Mom, I need you to come." And I went out there. And, she just needed a minute to clear her head from all the regimented boot camp stuff, and then she was fine. And something very important happened after the military. she's not only my daughter, I'm very proud to call her my friend today. Kayla, we love you.
No, not River, go.
Aw.
What do you want to say to Auntie? What do you want to say to Auntie?